Fellow gardeners, let me share something that completely transformed my composting game. While you've probably experimented with coffee grounds and crushed eggshells, there's one kitchen scrap that most gardeners overlook entirely: orange peels. But here's the twist. When you transform those peels into a fine powder, they become one of the most effective compost accelerators you can find. This isn't just another composting hack. It's a game-changing approach that addresses multiple composting challenges while delivering nutrients your soil craves. Why traditional compost boosters fall short? Most of us have tried the usual suspects when it comes to supercharging our compost. Coffee grounds seem like the obvious choice with their nitrogen content, but they often create acidic conditions and can form impermeable mats that block airflow. Eggshells take forever to break down, and while they add calcium, they're not doing much for your compost pile in the short term. Vegetable scraps are essential, but they often attract pests and can create anaerobic conditions if not balanced properly. The problem with many traditional compost additives is that they work too slowly or create imbalances that actually slow down decomposition. You end up waiting months for results, dealing with foul odors from poor aeration, or battling fruit flies and other unwanted visitors. What if I told you there's a solution hiding in your kitchen that addresses these issues while accelerating the entire process? The science behind orange peel powder's effectiveness. Orange peels are nutritional powerhouses that most gardeners completely misunderstand. Fresh citrus peels have earned a bad reputation in composting circles because they break down slowly and can temporarily lower pH levels. However, when you dry and powder those same peels, you unlock their true potential while eliminating the drawbacks. Dried orange peel powder is packed with essential nutrients that microorganisms love. The calcium content rivals that of eggshells, but in a form that's immediately accessible to decomposer organisms. Potassium levels are impressive, providing the same benefits as expensive organic fertilizers. Magnesium supports enzyme functions in both soil microbes and plants. The natural oils that caused problems in fresh peels become beneficial when concentrated through drying. They possess antimicrobial and antifungal properties that help maintain healthy compost conditions. Perhaps most importantly, orange peel powder has a carbon-to-nitrogen ratio that perfectly complements most kitchen scraps. While fresh vegetable matter is nitrogen-heavy, the dried citrus powder provides carbon that balances the equation, preventing the anaerobic conditions that lead to slimy, smelly compost. The fine texture means it integrates immediately with other materials, creating air pockets that improve oxygen flow throughout your pile. Creating your own orange peel powder arsenal is, honestly, surprisingly simple, but doing it right makes all the difference. Start by collecting orange peels whenever you enjoy fresh oranges. Don't worry about removing every bit of pulp, as it adds beneficial sugars that feed microorganisms. The key is removing moisture completely before grinding, which prevents mold growth and creates the fine texture you need. For drying, you have several effective options. Sun drying works beautifully if you live in a dry climate. Simply spread peels on screens or clean cloth and leave them in direct sunlight for several days, bringing them in at night to prevent moisture reabsorption. A food dehydrator set to 135 degrees Fahrenheit will complete the job in 8 to 12 hours, giving you consistent results regardless of weather. If you only have an oven, set it to the lowest temperature, usually 170 degrees Fahrenheit, and prop the door slightly open to allow moisture to escape, checking every few hours until the peels are completely brittle. Once your peels snap cleanly when bent, they're ready for grinding. A coffee grinder dedicated to garden use works perfectly, though a high-powered blender will also do the job. Grind in small batches to achieve a fine, flour-like consistency. Store your finished powder in airtight containers away from moisture, and it will remain potent for up to a year. The beauty of orange peel powder lies in its versatility across different composting methods. In traditional compost piles, sprinkle a light layer of powder every time you add kitchen scraps. Think of it as seasoning your compost. A small handful mixed through each layer creates the perfect environment for rapid decomposition without overwhelming the system. For tumbler composters, orange peel powder is particularly valuable because these enclosed systems can quickly become unbalanced. The powder's ability to absorb excess moisture while providing carbon makes it ideal for maintaining proper consistency in tumbler environments. Just add it whenever your compost seems too wet or starts developing unpleasant odors. Worm composting enthusiasts will find orange peel powder revolutionary. While whole citrus peels can harm worms or take months to break down, the powder form is readily consumed and converted into nutrient-rich castings. The antimicrobial properties actually help maintain healthy conditions in worm bins, reducing the likelihood of harmful bacteria or fungal issues. The timing of application matters as much as quantity. Adding powder during active composting phases, when temperatures are rising and decomposition is rapid, amplifies its effects. The nutrients become immediately available to the microorganisms driving the process, while the improved structure ensures consistent oxygen flow that keeps the beneficial bacteria thriving. So, let's talk about the remarkable results you can expect. The transformation in your compost will be noticeable within just a few weeks. Piles that, previously took about 6 months to fully decompose may actually be ready in 3 to 4 months. The finished compost develops a richer, earthier aroma that really indicates high-quality decomposition, instead of that strong ammonia smell you get from imbalanced piles. Texture improvements are honestly equally impressive. Compost that's been enhanced with orange peel powder tends to have better structure, not too fine and dusty, and not too chunky or unfinished either. This optimal texture means better water retention and drainage when you apply it to your garden beds, which creates just the ideal growing conditions for your plant roots. The nutrient profile of finished compost shows some pretty measurable improvements. Laboratory tests consistently show higher levels of available calcium, potassium, and trace minerals in compost that included citrus powder throughout the process. Plants grown in this enhanced compost, well, they exhibit stronger root development, improved disease resistance, and just more robust overall growth. Alright, let's talk about some advanced tips and important considerations. Success with orange peel powder really depends on understanding balance. While it's a fantastic compost enhancer, using too much can actually lower pH levels for a bit, especially in smaller composting setups. So it's best to start with conservative amounts. Think about 1 tablespoon per gallon of compost material, and then increase gradually as you see how things are going. The powder actually works synergistically with other organic amendments. For example, combining it with just a small amount of wood ash creates an alkaline buffer, which helps prevent pH swings and, at the same time, adds some potassium. Mixing it with bone meal is another great idea since it boosts the phosphorus content of your finished compost. These combinations really let you create custom nutrient profiles that are tailored to your garden's specific needs. Consider orange peel powder as more than just a compost additive. When you sprinkle it directly around your plants, it acts as a natural pest deterrent that, honestly, many insects just find disagreeable, while at the same time slowly releasing nutrients into the soil. This dual-purpose application really maximizes the value of your time and effort in creating the powder. Orange peel powder represents a shift from wasteful kitchen habits to resourceful gardening practices. Every orange you enjoy becomes an opportunity to improve your soil, reduce waste, and create healthier growing conditions for your plants. The transformation from skeptical experimenter to orange peel powder advocate happens quickly once you see the results in your own compost system. This simple technique addresses multiple composting challenges while delivering superior results. Your compost will decompose faster, smell better, and provide more nutrition to your garden. The investment of time in creating the powder really pays dividends in healthier soil and more productive plants throughout the growing season. Ready to revolutionize your composting approach? Start collecting those orange peels today and experience the difference that proper preparation and strategic application can make. If this guide has opened your eyes to new possibilities in natural gardening, make sure to subscribe to the Living Soil Lab for more innovative techniques that transform ordinary gardening into extraordinary results. Share this guide with fellow gardeners who are ready to take their composting to the next level. Together we're building healthier gardens and more sustainable growing practices, one orange peel at a time.